Hey there, Dr. Alan Christensen here, and I want to tell you a really fun story. This is kind of a historical narrative, and this is all about the evolution of the shake. So let's start way back. So approximately 3000 BC, the shake consisted of hollowed out skulls that trapped rainwater in them. Probably some sludge and a whole lot of junk. And, you know, it was good to have the water when you weren't always right by the river and you were away from the predators. They loved being by the river. So you could transport it. Maybe, you know, animal skins could work too. That's pretty much what the shake was back then. So let's jump forward. The next step of evolution of the shake would have been roughly the Middle Ages. Not sure if you knew this, but almost all the big figures throughout history were drunk a lot of the time. They really were. You know, so much of the earliest histories of humanity, water was not safe and it was no secret. So that's why people made a lot of wine and a lot of beer. It at least killed the germs. And it affected a lot of decisions and probably caused a lot of wars. But the shake of the day was probably ale or mead or wine. And that was the main beverage also in animal skins or in clay pots. So that was one more stage of the shake. Then we get up to Rocky and his big thing of raw egg whites. So at this point, the shake is now a little more strategic and it's more thought out towards heightening health. You know, Rocky had a sense that he needed protein to recover and that he might not absorb the protein fast enough from plain old foods. So he tried to hijack that with lots of raw eggs. Next step of the shake, some companies made functional foods. Cool idea, you know, way improved upon the raw eggs or upon the rainwater in the skull, but they put in thoughtful nutrients, you know, proteins, nutrients, some micronutrients and vitamins, and then some carbohydrate. And they've been made for purposes of healing food reactions, detoxing the body, weight loss purposes. But the next stage of evolution will include many different elements. So proteins we need. We don't want proteins that screw up our hormones. So soy is gone. We don't want proteins that a lot of people are allergic to. Dairy and eggs are gone. We don't want proteins that have arsenic in them. So rice protein's gone. So high quality pea protein. Some versions of that will do nothing but make you into a balloon. Not good. Other versions are very well absorbed and tasty. So we want a good version of protein. Micronutrients, our next evolution, we're very thoughtful about micronutrients. We're not just going to pour the kitchen sink in and put in a lot of thousands of percents of RDA of all the B vitamins. Doesn't help, and now we're seeing that a lot of those synthetic B vitamins, for many of us, they raise our cancer risk based upon our genotype. So we've got to be thoughtful about which ones, how much, are they converted or not. Also, other micronutrients can be included that support the intestinal health, help us absorb the stuff we need and get rid of the stuff that we don't. And also things that help our detox pathways. But the big quantum leap in evolution will come now that we've got some thoughtful carbohydrate. So it's not rainwater, it's not ale, it's not raw egg whites, and it's also not sugar. The past generation was primarily sugar, or it was simple things like rice starch. And you do need carbohydrate in the shake. There's this magic thing that happens when your blood sugar, your insulin, your cortisol, when they're just dialed in and steady, and they're good and healthy, that lets us burn a ton of fat, which is fun because we'd like to have less, but also it's fun because fat gives us a ton of energy, and we can go all day from that. So the right type of carbohydrate keeps our blood sugar steady. No carbohydrate makes our blood sugar drop and then spike. And the wrong types make it spike and then drop. So you want it steady. Now we know about carbs, we know about fibers, and the slower burning a carb is, the more fuel we get from it, the better it is for us. But pure versions of fiber, as good as they are, they offer no fuel. So fiber has soluble, which dissolves in water, the stuff you get in your salad. Also insoluble, that's things like Metamucil or also the type from grains and beans. But there's this in-between thing that's really intrigued me called resistant fiber. Resistant fiber is something that it comes into your bloodstream so gradually that for 6 to 9 hours, your blood sugar is locked in. There's no ups and downs. You are in the magic burning zone for that time frame. So I'm so excited to offer the next stage of evolution. This is a product that has thoughtful, appropriate micronutrients. They're safe, they won't make it taste icky, they won't make your pee turn colors. They help the processes. They help your skeletal muscles contract better. They help your brain focus more. We've got medium chain triglyceride for that. And it heals the intestinal tract. We've got the good quality protein your body needs, and that's so critical. You know, a nice good dose of well-absorbed protein in the morning, that's a whole day of no cravings and a whole day of better energy. And to top it all off, we've got this amazing resistant fiber, this tasty stuff, pea-derived also, that non-allergenic, dissolves easily, and it makes us have steady, even glucose for long periods of time. So welcome to the next stage of evolution.